All right, so when I got the Precision 16, there was a strap holding one of the fenders on, and it was rubbing, you can see, on the wheel. So the previous owner put a strap on here to hold it up. And so you can see that the fender came away from the mount on the frame of the trailer. And so this one's a little bent. And so, immediately I knew I had some work to do. And I could not find these same fenders with this big lip here that, you can put mounting holes on. So a lot of the new ones today, they just have a smaller lip. And so, I had to find an alternative. So I bought these brackets from eTrailer.com to mount the fenders, but basically, the fender sits here, and then the little lip of the fender goes in here. And so the top mounting hole had the fender too close to the wheel. So I didn't really want to drill a new hole in the frame of the trailer because I didn't want to weaken the trailer, right? A bunch of new holes makes the trailer a little weaker. And of course, the new hole would be close to the old hole. So instead of, with the choice between putting a new hole in the trailer or putting a hole in this bracket, I would much prefer to put a hole in this bracket because I don't mind weakening the bracket because I can always just replace it. It's a $20 part, but weakening the trailer is a major problem. So I'm going to use the original holes in the trailer and then this bracket. And so I bought some hardware that's going to go with it. So I've got, and of course I need to make sure it fits. So I've got the bolt with a washer, and it is definitely a tight fit. Trying to get that in there. And of course, I have to do it this way because if the end of the bolt was sticking out, it would hit the fender. So this way it's behind the frame. Okay, so that does fit. And then another washer. All right, so then I've got a washer on that side, then another washer on the inside that'll be against the frame, and then a locking washer, and then a nut. I couldn't find. I went to Home Depot. I couldn't find the locking nuts, so I just bought locking washers instead, lock washers. So that's going to be the setup. Okay, so I figured since I'm replacing everything else in the trailer, I might as well replace the winch. I really don't like the handle wrapped in foil. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace this bad boy. I got the exact same model, same brand. It's a Dutton DL600. So it's a 600-pound capacity winch and a new handle. Okay, well, that was about the most straightforward removal of anything I've ever done. So 2 bolts and it just came right off, so no big deal. Very easy. All right, so a new one's going on. So I'm gonna replace the mast crutch that is up at the front of the trailer, the bow side, that holds up the mast. I'm gonna replace it with this. This is a keel roller. So this is quite the little Frankenstein creature here. You've got this pin here that holds it in. So let's get that out. Okay, and then let's see if I can. Yeah, not quite. So I might have to unscrew the whole thing. Huh. Let's see how I can get this wood block out. Alright, so I got all the old stuff out and start mounting the new one. Okay, so what I'm doing is I used a clamp to clamp this in place so I can drill the holes. So that way I know it'll match up. So I'm just going to drill from each side. And yeah, should be perfect. So I'm using a cobalt drill bit here, and when you're drilling metal, slower is better because you want it to grip on the metal. And you can actually feel it kind of grip. Okay, so that's on there. So the big benefit of this is now when I raise the mast can roll. Before it was dragging, and because that other holder had some sharp edges, you know, it was scratching the mast. So now this way it'll just roll on back. All right, so I've been using this line to tie up the mast crutch, and you can see it doesn't move at all. So it's worked really well.